Hi, my name is Chris, and this is my voice pre-T. My name is Chris, and this is my voice 1 week on T. My name is Chris, and this is my voice 2 weeks on T. Yo. My name is Chris, and this is my voice about 2 weeks. 2 weeks? 3 weeks on testosterone. I said I was gonna make a voice thing once my voice settles down, but this is my voice normally when I haven't barely woken up. So yeah, this is my voice. Hi, my name is Chris, and this is my voice almost 4 weeks on testosterone. My name is Chris, and this is my voice 1 month on testosterone. My name is Chris, and this is my voice about a month and 2 weeks on testosterone. Hi, my name is Chris, and this is my voice about 2 months on testosterone. Hi, my name is Chris, and this is my voice about 3 months on testosterone. My face is literally currently exploding in acne, and I need to fix that because I'm becoming really insecure about it. But yeah, this is my voice 3 months on testosterone. My name is Chris, and this is my voice 4 months on testosterone. I'm also sick, so I probably sound like Franco or some shit. My name is Chris, and this is my voice about 6 months. Oh shit, 5 months. Hi, my name is Chris, and I've been on testosterone for 6 months. Hey guys, it's Chris. I know the last time I uploaded was around October 1st, which was the first day I started testosterone. So that means I've been basically inconsistent with my uploading for 6 months. And I'm not about to come on here and say again that, oh, I'm gonna try to upload daily or as much as I can or whatever. Basically, I'm just gonna try to upload as the chance I have to, honestly, whenever I can upload. The main purpose of me making this video is because I kind of just want to help out any trans men, any transgender men who are thinking of starting T or barely started T or are probably 6 months on T or about to be 6 months and kind of want to see what's going on. So I know myself, when I barely started, I was eager to see results, like straight off the bat, but unfortunately, like, it takes months for you to actually start seeing like permanent results. And I would just be on TikTok or YouTube and just seeing what people experience the weekend, which is basically almost nothing. But yeah, just the main purpose of me making this is just to help any of you who want to start T. If we're talking about a week or 2 weeks in, me personally, I didn't experience a lot, and I really doubt anybody would experience anything like a week or 2 in, but who knows. Just me personally, I didn't experience a lot. But if we're talking about 3 or 4 weeks, which is basically a month, almost a month, I started experiencing a lot of voice cracks very early on for me. It was pretty constant, if I'm being honest. Just very constant, where it was just like really bad. Like, I had classes at that time before I dropped out, and every time I spoke up in class, it was just cracking. And I'm saying this like almost 2 months, if I'm being honest. My voice started cracking a month in, like 2 weeks, like a month and a week in is where it just started. Like a 4 weeks or a month in a weekend, it started cracking like crazy. And I'm pretty sure my voice dropped like a month and 2 weeks in, which is how, like, as you can see in the beginning. But yeah, if we're talking bottom growth though, if you don't know what bottom growth is, it's when your little thing starts growing downstairs, and it kind of starts forming into like a little pea. it doesn't grow to a drastic size. It's not gonna be like 7 to 8 inches. Like it won't be that big. Like the most it will grow will probably be like, I really don't know how to tell you, but like I would say like this big. So it's not a lot. And I'm pretty sure once it gets to there, which I'm not there yet personally, it's grown ever since a month, but I haven't got to that part because mostly you're when it starts growing, it it kind of starts to get uncomfortable, like when you wear undergarments and stuff like that. So I'm not there yet. I haven't had to experience that at all. But I'm also not looking forward to it. But yeah, a lot of like a minor bottom growth for me. So, but that's just me personally. That's when I started experiencing bottom growth. You might experience the same thing, but it really, honestly, anything I say in this video is really also gonna be based on genetics and the way your body works, because that's the way my body works. But it's giving you guys, I guess, an idea. Also, I was about to forget to say something. If I can put like a picture up or something, but like, the way your bottom growth almost is gonna look, because it's like a weird sort of way to put it. But I don't know if you guys seen those like mini, like tiny little hot dogs, you know. That's like the best way to explain how it looks. I can put like a picture up here or something, but that's literally the best way to explain it. Okay, if we're talking like 2 months in, I feel like I started experiencing a lot of acne like a month or two. So I probably shouldn't have put that in like the month part, but a month or two, I started experiencing a lot of like acne, and I feel like that's when I kind of started to like break out a lot, and I'm still trying my best to sort of maintain it. I'm not doing the best. I've always had acne. Like even on my other videos, you can see that I've always really just struggled with it, but it has gotten worse to the point where it's gotten to like my neck, and I never had acne there ever. It was only like around my cheeks and not a lot of my chin and a lot of my forehead. Like it was basically my cheeks all the time. But now it kind of spread to my forehead, my cheeks, my chin, my mustache, my like where my mustache is, I guess, or my lips, basically. It's just kind of, it started breaking out around that time, and yeah. Other thing, if I could, the best way to explain it, I also started experiencing a little bit of body hair. It wasn't a lot, but mostly on my legs is where I started noticing that they were becoming a lot darker than usual. So a lot of like body hair, but on the legs for sure. And then slowly, almost 3 months, I started experiencing it in my thighs. Now my thighs are actually more hairy than they used to be, but my thighs and a little bit of on around my stomach. So basically, I feel like it's the same for a lot of people here. Is you're gonna get a lot of body hair on your legs, on your stomach, and yeah, it's just a lot of body hair. You're gonna get really hairy. If we're talking 3 months in, is where once again I feel like my voice dropped more. 3 months in, now we're 3 months down. Body hair got a lot darker, that's for sure, all around. I started noticing, for me, 3 months in, I started noticing shoulder broadening. That's one thing that also I guarantee is gonna happen to a lot of you guys who want to start shoulder broadening, which means that your what is it called, your shoulders are gonna appear a lot more bigger, a lot more beefy, in my opinion. Yeah, a lot of that, and it's honestly probably it gives me a lot of gender euphoria when my shoulders started broadening. But yeah, and also 2 or 3 months in, your muscle mass will increase a really good amount. I've always kind of been into the gym a lot, and I feel like throughout the videos I've uploaded, I've slowly became more and more and more consistent and more addicted to the gym, because compared to what I showed you guys in my other video and like my vlog of like when I started testosterone, um, I've just gotten, in my opinion, I've worked so hard to bring as much gender euphoria and as much confidence into my body that I can kind of like show pictures too of how my muscle looked like around September, which is, I feel like it's almost around the time I was recording my last video, and some pictures that I took, I think yesterday, of how my muscle looks now. I can put them like up here too. But yeah, muscle mass, more facial hair, and for me, and for a lot of people from like other videos that I've seen, for a lot of people, their voice drops around 3 months. Mine dropped surprisingly a month and 2 weeks in, but it dropped even more like 3 months in. So I feel like I can guarantee a little bit of a voice drop in 3 months for anybody who wants to start to. Alright, so 4 months. Well, we're already at 4 months, which means that we're basically almost close to where I am now. But 4 months in, I started noticing a lot of, not a lot, I keep saying a lot, the least of facial hair. Not like a lot, it was just, it's like the tiniest bit, and still I feel like I'm not there yet. But 4 months in, I kind of started experiencing a lot more, a little bit like more permanent, darker, like a mustache hairs. And it really depends on the lighting. I don't know if you can kind of tell. I feel like it's really hard to tell. Probably have to take pictures or something. I can probably put them up here or something, about how it really depends on the lighting when you can see a little bit of like my mustache. But yeah, 4 months in, that for sure, a lot of that. I feel like for me, just 4 months, that's really the only thing I've experienced when I was in 4 months. It was just facial hair, because I really can't think of anything else. Probably a little bit of oilier skin. I feel like your skin kind of changes too. It gets thicker, like thicker, and more rough, because I feel like as female, before you transition, I mean, you have softer skin, and I've noticed that when I noticed that once I started, like, once I was in 4 months, it was kind of, I feel like I started getting a little bit more oily, which caused even more acne. So just honestly, acne. So I just recommend to just really get used to like a good, or gather up like a good like skin routine while you're on T, or just continue having a good skin routine for like while you're on T, because just to be able to control your acne. And I suck at that shit, and I'm barely actually starting a good like skin routine. But yeah, recommendation, really pick up on a good skin routine to just control your acne, to feel a little bit more confident, because it's the only thing that kills my confidence most of the time is my acne. But yeah, about 4 months in, not much, but a little bit. Alright, so I also just kind of wanted to add that how deep your voice, like the deepness of your voice is really gonna depend on how high or how low your voice is before transitioning. Because me personally, I don't know if I can't tell, but my voice was somewhat in the middle. It was like before transitioning, it was somewhat in the middle. It wasn't deep as fuck, but it was also not super like you know, when you have a very high female voice, it wasn't like that of a high female voice. It was like kind of medium in my opinion. Kind of almost sounded like a little boy in my opinion. And yeah, so I feel like it kind of got a little deeper since my voice was like a bit like the tiniest bit, like more like a bit deep. But let's say if you have a higher voice, it will drop to where you pass. Trust me, it won't seem like you won't. It won't drop at all, or you'll still sound like a little feminine. No, like it'll drop to the point where you'll be able to pass with your voice as well. Um, and I feel like also when your voice is somewhat deep before transitioning, it won't change a lot, but it will drop to where it'll be like it'll be deep. All right, so 5 months, which was like a month ago. It's kind of where everything just started like hitting like for me the hardcore shit like, and basically I'm still in it right now because it was literally a month ago, but 5 months in I started experiencing a little bit more facial hair around my chin. It's very hard to tell, and around my jawline or my non-existent jawline. um, yeah, just a little bit of facial hair. Like it really depends on the lighting. I can put some pictures up of like that part too. Just overall my facial hair and just how really the lighting contributes to it. Sometimes I've been thinking about shaving, like even if it's nothing. But I mean, it's kind of, you can kind of see a little bit, but it's really nothing. But I've been thinking of shaving my jawline and my mustache and see if it comes back like darker. And I've been kind of contemplating it because I kind of want to get a little bit more darker facial hair. So it's probably something I'm gonna end up doing, but I don't know. Probably you can do it. But also, I also wanted to say that facial hair really depends on genetics. I don't, like me personally, my family runs in, we're Mexican. So my family runs in like a lot of mustache, beards, and shit like that. So it's something I started experiencing. But it really depends. It really depends on genetics. That part really depends on genetics. So you might not grow facial hair, you might or might not. It really just kind of depends on each person. But yeah, 5 months in, facial hair. It also is where it started to really hit for me. Everything kind of started hitting like this. For example, I started getting a lot of heat flashes, which is something that really fucking sucks. And I'm kind of getting them here, where it's starting to get the tiniest bit of warm. Like it's starting to get a little bit warmer here, so it's a little easier for me to sweat too. You'll start sweating a lot easier than how you used to. A lot of hot flashes, which will make you sweat, which also means that you're gonna have to fucking like maintain your hygiene, like shower every day if you can, because that's what I'm doing. I'm literally showering every day because I'm just so oily and I sweat a lot, and I start my smell, like it gets like, if I sweat my smell just is a lot worse. And it's like, just maintain good hygiene is something I can also advise. But that's like been the iffy part for me, where I've like, fuck, the amount of heat flashes I get and the the amount of sweat I also sweat. Like for example, I dance. So a while ago, before I started transitioning, it would take me a while to sweat. And dancing, you kind of like, it gets your heart pumping, so like you start getting hot easy, like you start getting hot. And but it would take so much for me just to like sweat back then. And now like I can dance one song and do it like in a high intensity way, and I'll start sweating from right here. And let's say if I just start dancing a lot, like if I dance more and more, it gets easier, and I just kind of start almost drip sweating, which kind of like it kind of sucks because you just start sweating so much. And I mean, sweating really never feels really good because it kind of makes you feel absolutely nasty. And I mean, also the reason you sweat a lot is because you get hot way faster. You start heating up like hella quick. So you start like sweating a lot more. And for me, it's hitting at the worst possible time because it's starting to get warmer where I live. So if I run, if I'm like standing in the sun for a little bit, I start sweating a little bit. And we're not even in summer yet where I live. Like, we're not where the temperatures are like skyrocketing high or something. But I live in Nevada, so it gets really fucking hot when summer starts, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's the worst possible timing, but I'm just gonna have to fucking suck it up and just deal with it, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I kind of would put this with 6 months, because 6 months in, nothing really has changed. And that's basically like about it for me. I haven't really experienced much, but I'm just so proud of myself for starting testosterone, because I remember in my video, on my video from like 6 months ago, basically. I don't know, I think it was 6 months ago, because I'm pretty sure I uploaded the next day after recording my last bits. But I was just like, oh, it's only a matter of time to where I sound and this and that. And now I'm like, I'm kind of there, almost. I'm there. I'm kind of close to a year, if I'm being honest, but I still have a lot to get there. But I just feel good. For sure, testosterone has put a little bit of more self-confidence in me. And I just feel a lot more confident with myself. I feel like 6 months is where I also started passing a lot, which means I just pass more as a male. And I don't know if I should put this in here, but kind of a little tiny story time, because I feel like you need that one experience to really tell you, oh shit, I don't pass as female anymore. Is that I think I'm saying like 2 weeks, a week ago. I think it was like a week ago, if I'm being honest. I was going to the gym. I normally go with a friend of mine, and for her to feel confident, because she's kind of new to the gym. For her to feel confident, I go into the women's restroom with her most of the time. And I feel like I pass, I guess, when I'm with her. I don't know. And I think this one time, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I went myself. And me not thinking, I immediately walked into the women's restroom, and I was making my pre-workout, whatever, and I immediately, like, a lady came in. She was like, oh crap, like, oh, like, sorry, like, she was super apologetic, like, that she had, like, came into the men's restroom or something. And I was like, no, and like, she walked out completely. It was so fucking embarrassing. And I think she went to go check like the freaking sign that says women's restroom, and I think she's like, what the fuck is like a dude doing here? And I mean, basically am. So she was like, oh, this is a women's restroom, you're in the wrong restroom or whatever. Like, it's like, I was like, no, I'm like, I'm trying to explain her, trying to get her to come back in. I shouldn't have just got out, but I wanted to explain myself before like actually leaving. And she almost made a scene to the point where I feel bad. It was a worse decision on my part. I don't know. I wasn't thinking like I shouldn't have went into the men's room, but it was just such like a routine-ish thing where I get to the gym, walk into the women's restroom, and I'm also kind of getting used to going to the men's restroom. Even though I'm 6 months in, it's just you kind of feel somewhat sometimes unsafe, and just not comfortable yet. But she almost made a scene to where she's like, oh, you're in the wrong restroom, you need to get out. And she was like low-key, I feel like she was about to freak out, and she came back in, like, thank God. And I had to, it sucks when you have to explain you're trans, but I had to explain to her, oh, sorry, that's my fault, but I'm trans and shit. And then after that, she was super apologetic about it, but I feel like she shouldn't have been the one apologizing. I feel like I shouldn't have apologized more. But yeah, that was my experience. And then once I left the restroom, I couldn't even finish making my pre. I left and went to the men's restroom. I couldn't, like, that thing like killed me. I couldn't, like, I was literally thinking about it my whole workout. I'm even surprised I went through it fully, but like now it's something I'm trying to live down. But like, it's like every time I remember, I cringe out because I feel so bad. Like I'm completely at fault for how I made the lady feel. But for sure, I feel like it's something that a lot of you have to experience one thing like that to just know that you pass. You know, even though I don't know why. I feel like it was my fault. But like, I feel like some trans men go through it to where they get that one experience. Not even trans men, probably trans women too. They get that one experience and they're like, oh shit, I passed. So that was really my experience, and that was like for 6 months. I fully passed now, and I have not gotten into that women's restroom at my gym in a fucking while, because I'm gonna say like 2 weeks. I haven't gone there for 2 weeks, and I'm not ever gonna go back in there because me personally, I'm traumatized. She almost caused a scene, but it was also my fault, so she had every right to. Yeah, I mean, 6 months, 5 months, basically the same thing. Little story time, so I don't know if that took too much, but that's really about it. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. I still suck at outros, as you can see. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, whatever. I'm saying you guys, I'm saying whoever watches this, because I don't have a lot of subscribers. I literally make these videos just because I enjoy them. But whoever watches, who watched, I mean, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you came across this video wanting to, you know, like, oh, I want to start tea, or I'm starting tea, let me see how the thing is 6 months, or hey, I'm about to be 6 months, and how does it look for somebody else? Like, I don't know. I just hope this video kind of helped you in any way. And I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna try to upload more frequently when I can't keep my word for shit. So I'll just try to upload as much as I can. Not as much as I can, as like whenever I have the chance. See, I was promising something that I'm probably not gonna even do. But I do guarantee that I kind of want to make a year on tea video for sure. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and